Good morning. It is Wednesday, September 27th, 2023, and it is 7:08 a.m. in my locale. This is your midweek update. For you, it's the middle of your week. For me, this is my Monday. So, I have had 2 days off, and I have been taking care of things around here. A lot of cleaning, reorganizing, preparing, studying, cooking, you name it, whatever it is that had to be done, I had to do it. Very gratifying, very comforting is the right word, because remember, we are living in a 90-minute evacuation plan. Everybody here at work is running around all of Twitter screaming government shutdown. Well, they don't have any knowledge, because I keep saying, didn't the government just give themselves a blank check for the next 2 years? So how could it shut down? And everybody looks at me like I'm a gored ox, and I go, oh, listen, I'm going to get a cup of coffee, and I'm going to get back to what I was doing, so you guys can sweat that, and I'll see you later. I'm starting to learn very effectively not to engage. Trying to tell people that 2 and 2 is 4 when they are clearly want it to be 5, it's not happening. So sometimes you give it one shot, and then you kind of go, you know what? You do that, and let me know what the outcome is. I'm going to get a cup of coffee and go over here and get something done. It didn't work. I'm shocked, I say. Shocked. Just that level of disdain is just important to have. However, the positive side is this place is clean. Negative side, my Instant Pot, my 8-quart Instant Pot is still broken. I did look at it, did take the meter out, did all that stuff, and I'm just going to have to dig in a little bit further. I really want it to work because I had to break out the 6-quart, but I want my 8-quart to be get it working, even if it's just a backup. I really want that to be an effective tool in our toolbox. Let's see. Again, studying, got a little bit further ahead. The internet was a little up and down. Right now it's very windy, and the sun's coming up, and it's very cloudy, so I have no idea whether it's going to rain or not. I didn't bother checking the weather. Let's face it, guys. I check the tide table. I check the weather before I leave. Ultimately, I know the tide table makes sense because where the moon is and the water is, and that all makes sense. But the weather, there's only 4 people in the world that can get everything wrong and still get paid: politicians, preachers, weathermen, and lawyers. So I'm not in that category. So when they talk, I pay probably little attention. So let's move on to our daily room pull. Hi, Bodhi. And by the way, these boys have been fantastic. Bodhi learned a new command. He learned drop. Okay, so we're working on that. And our next step for Bodhi is going to be, let's see if we can keep you from barking at anything with a wheel. Or anybody outside the ring for that answer. That is a nice rune. They're all nice runes, but that is the rune of partnership. So I think we have pulled this. We have to have pulled this before. So let's paraphrase it, because it's real short. Drawing this rune is an indication that partnership in some form is at hand, but you are put on notice not to collapse yourself to that union. True partnership is only achieved by separate and whole beings who retain their uniqueness even as they unite. As we wait for the most beautiful woman in the world to come back to her senses, that is very hopeful. Remember to let the winds of heaven dance between you. Yes, she is a wonderful human being, and she's extremely kind. I'm much more pragmatic and straightforward. She's the roses are beautiful, take time to stop and smell them, and I'm the guy that goes, if somebody doesn't take care of them, how can you smell them, right? Another realm of partnership that's being called to consider, one with the highest self, the union with the divine. The ultimate gift of the rune is the realization that divine enters in all things and God enters into equal partnerships. It is a rune with no reverse. It says, the gift of freedom which flow all other gifts. Well, I like that. One of the things that I think is the most beautiful is the degree of freedom that I am now having and living with now. It's a beautiful thing to, do something that I find to be meaningful, and at the same time knowing at any single point in time I can put my hands up and go, and I'm done. That's beautiful to me, because my commitment is only as good as, well, the last time they paid me. So there you have it. Come here, buddy. Let's get this started. Your obligatory queso view. Nope. Big snort right out of the box. Yeah. What do you want to tell him? Ooh. No foul language, please. Found out that he does not like the apple chicken baby food, but he does like the turkey sweet potato baby food. Bodhi, would you like to step up and talk to everybody? Come here. You got a big butt. Come here. Your quiet moment of Bodhi. With the air conditioner. I know, I half woke you. Are you a good sleeper? You're a good sleeper. Yeah, he's a good boy. Alright. I'm going to feed you in a second. On the way down. Alright, so. Today's plan is work. Okay, because it's my Monday. Remember the best laid plans of, right? I'm expecting that since there is nobody staying in the houseboats at the last one, well, let's go back 2 steps. Sunday, 3 people left the houseboat. 1 person left it in a horrible state. I mean, to the point of not signing the paperwork, not doing the dishes, not doing nothing. I had to clean it all up. I just told everybody, get out of the way, I'll take care of it. And I did. So I cleaned all 3 of the 4 houseboats Sunday. Thanks to our captain to help pump it out water. And I cleaned them all, everything but the decks. I think they need to be mopped because I'm marching in and out. And just made the beds, cleaned the floors, took care of the whole thing, cleaned the windows, shut it down, and said, okay, air conditioning's on, we'll be ready. Because on the weekend we're going to have all 4 occupied again. The last person left on Monday. Monday was my day off. That was my Saturday. So hopefully someone has taken command of that and is taking care of it. Now, the one thing you can count on is that if you start believing in people, you might as well build a castle on sand. So there's a good chance that I'm going to go in and nothing was done. Which will mean it's an hour, 90 minutes. I'll just take care of it. And then my goal is to do a smaller project for the rest of the day, and that is that I want to pull all of the cutlery, all of the barbecue stuff, all the everything out of the cabinets, all the dishes, right? And I want to wash the upper cabinets. I want to wash the cutlery tray. I want to wash the cabinets, and I want to look at everything very critically and reset it so that it stops looking like a flea market and looks a little more presentable. And that will make me happy because it'll set my OCD right in the right spot. We'll see how far I get today. You never know. Could be something totally different. Could be a different space. If it rains, which it looks like it's going to rain, that's a beautiful inside project. If I can just take the boxes of dishes and everything else and just do them in stages. Dishes, cups, bowls, plates, lay them all out, make sure they're clean, okay. lay them out so, everybody has the right amount, and then pick them up, take them back, wash the cabinet, put them back in. Okay, that's done. And this only happens because sometimes multiple people will rent multiple boats, and so they mix and match things, chairs and plates and things like that. It's not a bad thing, it's normal. On the naturalist side of things, we're seeing a lot of Inhinga because it's that time of year. That's cool. My colleagues are already out there looking at that. Another dead crocodile, a male killed, it appears to be another male. That was last Thursday or Friday, so we had to report that to the Park Service and let them know it's about that time of year again. Okay, it looks like somebody just pushed themselves into somebody else's territory, and that's going to happen from time to time. Not seeing a lot of babies, okay, because now at this point they're growing to the point of, I don't know, they may be a foot long, if that, and they're hiding, so we haven't seen that. Let's see, birds. Seeing more brown pelican, haven't seen any white pelican yet. Seeing a lot of great egret. Seeing the great blue heron in one place where I saw it last year about the same time of year, but then it goes away and then it comes back. That's perfectly fine. And, the mosquitoes are up and down based on what's happening. You just have to gauge it out. And other than that, it's, pretty steady state. The hotel and restaurant, I don't know when that's going to open, so we're going to have to see how that goes. It really only affects me in that if somebody has a reservation on a boat and wants to switch to the hotel, or has somebody on the hotel and wants to switch to the boat. Other than that, doesn't bother me. But what I'm going to do is feed the boys and get everything done, because again, I've been up since about 4, so I've gotten an awful lot done today before many of you even woke up, which is probably the way it's supposed to be. So, from Bodhi, from Queso, and from me, let's end it the right way. If you don't take care of you, nobody else will. Thank you, Mom. Are they like-minded? Do they share your values? Do they have something to offer? Or no? Out you go. We don't have time for you anymore. This is the way you wanted the world. You're going to have to deal with the consequences of how you wanted the world. We're not helping you. We're divided from you. You have a problem, open an algebra book. You can have another one. We're not helping you. The last thing that anybody should be doing to somebody who has been screaming at them for years about nonsense is throw them a life ring. Because it just means they're going to get out of the water and they're going to start their nonsense all over again. The people that have made things very difficult to just be left alone, if you see them drowning, the one thing you should be throwing them is a concrete block. And saying, but it'll float because you believe it will. Hang on to it. Don't let go. Think about that today as you move forward into whatever success you're going to move into. Try to think about the places where you can say, you know what? I'll give you a hand. And think about the places where you go, no, I'm going to put my hands in my pockets and walk away. Start using positive discernment about the things around you. And when I say things, I mean the biological things around you. Start using this, not this. Because this thing makes terrible, terrible decisions. This one, not so bad. As long as you're not propagandized a zombie or pre-programmed. So, make good decisions, kids. I'm going to feed the dogs. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.